In Section 5, the denial of God. Dear God, please help us to be who you would have us be, do what you would have us do, go where you would have us go, and say what you would have us say. Help us to have an open mind for a new experience in all things, especially today's reading. Amen. Okay, so the denial of God. We're picking up on paragraph 8. Do not look to the God of sickness for healing, but only to the God of love. For healing is the acknowledgement of him. When you acknowledge him, you will know that he has never ceased to acknowledge you, and that in his acknowledgement of you lies your being. You are not sick and you cannot die, but you can confuse yourself with things that do. Remember, though, that to do this is blasphemy, for it means that you are looking without love on God and his creation, from which he cannot be separated. Only the eternal can be loved, for love does not die. What is of God is his forever, and you are of God. Would he allow himself to suffer? And would he offer his Son anything that is not acceptable to him? If you will accept yourself as God created you, you will be incapable of suffering. Yet to do this, you must acknowledge him as your creator. This is not because you will be punished otherwise. It is merely because your acknowledgement of your Father is the acknowledgement of yourself as you are. Your Father created you wholly without sin, wholly without pain, and wholly without suffering of any kind. If you deny him, you bring sin, pain, and suffering into your own mind because of the power he gave it. Your mind is capable of creating worlds, but it can also deny what it creates because it is free. You do not realize how much you have denied yourself and how much God in his love would not have it so. Yet he would not interfere with you because he would not know his Son if he were not free. To interfere with you would be to attack himself, and God is not insane. When you deny him, you are insane. Would you have him share your insanity? God will never cease to love his Son, and his Son will never cease to love him. That was the condition of his Son's creation, fixed forever in the mind of God. To know that is sanity. To deny it is insanity. God gave himself to you in your creation, and his gifts are eternal. Would you deny yourself to him? Out of your gifts for him, the kingdom will be restored to his Son. His Son removed himself from his gift by refusing to accept what had been created for him and what he had created in the name of his Father. Heaven waits for his return, for it was created as the dwelling place of God's Son. You are not at home anywhere else or in any other condition. Do not deny yourself the joy that was created for you, for the misery you have made for yourself. I'm going to repeat that. Do not deny yourself the joy that was created for you for the misery you have made for yourself. God has given you the means for undoing what you have made. Listen, and you will learn how to remember what you are. Listen, and you will learn how to remember what you are. I just want to show you. She's so sweet. She's sleeping on my bed. Okay, sorry. If God knows his children as wholly sinless, it is blasphemous to perceive them as guilty. If God knows his children as wholly without pain, it is blasphemous to perceive suffering anywhere. If God knows his children to be wholly joyous, it is blasphemous to feel depressed. All of these illusions and the many other forms that blasphemy may take are refusal to accept creation as it is. If God created his Son perfect, that is how you must learn to see him to learn of his reality. And as part of the sonship, that is how you love shares and arrogance withholds. As long as both appear to you to be desirable, the concept of choice, which is not of God, will remain with you. While this is not true in eternity, it is true in time. down, in for 3, out for a count of 6, and then in for 4 and out for a count of 8, in through the nose, out through the mouth, and do this 3 times each, and I will lead us into a silent meditation. Miracles are seen in light. Miracles are seen in light, and light and strength are one. We cannot truly see when we are embedded in the ego's thought system of shadows, but we do see when we turn to the truth. Such vision reflects the strength of Christ in us that awaits our decision to set aside the ego's weakness. Miracles are seen in light. Miracles are seen in light, and light and strength are one. us be vigilant today for our resistance to the truth. Miracles are seen in light. Miracles are seen in light, and light and strength are one. I cannot see in darkness. Let the light of holiness and truth light up my mind and let me see the innocence within. I see through strength the gift of God to me. My weakness is the dark His gift dispels by giving me His strength to take its place. Let us move into this day, move into these next moments, and remember the truth. Let us cast our light, our love, our truth unto anyone we come in contact with, virtually or physically. I love you. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.